Yeah, I honestly don't care if the streams are dead or if I'm quote unquote retired from streaming. I'm going to stream anyway because I am bored, got nothing to do. I would sleep, but sleep's kind of overrated, but oh well. And this chat might be dead, so I'll probably just end it a few minutes later. Like, I just, eh, whatever. I should actually consider streaming more in the day than the night, because that's probably why those streams have been dead for so long, or probably because I haven't streamed in a while. Nobody's really used to me streaming right at the moment. Streams were popular back in 2023 or 2024, but mostly 23. Might as well just sit around, wait for whoever joins. And yeah, thumbnail is Grim and Billy and Mandy. Basically, just screenshot from the Joey Stone crossover, which I really enjoyed. It was nice seeing the characters back, especially the Grim and Evil characters. And I'm pretty sure that would be the only time that these characters would appear, unless if there's some sort of revival of Billy and Mandy, which I doubt there would be anytime soon. You can thank or no thank Warner Brothers Discovery and David the David Z something. I don't remember how it's pronounced, but it's David that guy who's in charge of Warner Brothers Discovery. The whole reason pretty much Cartoon Network's dead at this point. But at least the Jellystone crossover was worth it. And there's some upcoming projects from Cartoon Network, like Regular Show, Revival, or whatever, Adventure Time, Side Quest, and Season 7 of Gumball. Sadly, there's no Gumball movie, probably, but it's better than having nothing, which is just, yeah. Still going to wait for more people to join. Doubtful anyone would join unless I make some sort of community post saying that I'm streaming. That's probably that. People just don't know I'm streaming right now. Probably because they're sleeping or just doing their own thing. Miles Morales reference anyone. But yeah, I should probably consider streaming during the day instead of mainly just late at night. Because that's when most people are asleep or just busy. Hey, Zulta boy, I don't know how to pronounce that user, but yeah. Hello. Welcome to the stream. This is probably your first time because, yeah. Also, sometimes my streams are dead. Like, when I try to stream, nobody really joins, but some people join. But I'm glad you're here. Hang on, let me add you as moderator. So, which do you want to be, managing or stand? What? I was asking if what if the I was gonna add you as moderator, but I don't know which one, like standard or managing. If this is relating to Discord, my mom isn't letting me use it anymore. Dang. It's not related to Discord, but it's just a thing to YouTube, like, where people could just, like, add users as moderators for the channel, like, in case of a user who's not, like, a moderator or whatever. Like, if in case if a user does something very bad, they could just time them out or something, or remove the messages. It's also used for live chat, like this one, and in the Premiere chats. Manager works. Alright. Manager coming right up. This stream's been going on for 7 minutes, almost as the length of a season 1 episode of Billy and Mandy or Evil Con Carne. Well, yeah, season 1 anyway. Unless there's a 2-parter episode of that. And yeah, daylight saving is daylight saving is about to happen, like, pretty much like an hour goes ahead. So yeah. Was I able to see the crossover? Yes, I was. I was basically just trying to look for videos online, like to see if anyone's got like a Google Drive. Uh, Ignore the background noise of like a car going from not Lightning McQueen, but I was looking for like videos that if some people have a Google Drive video of the crossover special, because I don't have HBO Max anymore. The goat. Yep. I lost Max a while ago. I mean, I used to have HBO Max, but I don't anymore. And I sort of missed my opportunity to watch Billy and Mandy on there. But I didn't really know much about Billy and Mandy. But I did watch a couple of episodes, like back in 2023 when it aired on Checkered Past. I mean, I've heard of the show, but didn't watch it until 2023. But I got a little more into it, like, in 2024. And I think that was just because of, like, Checker Past airings of the show. Yeah, but the problem with HBO Max is that some of the episodes of season 6 of Billy and Mandy, from what I've seen, just there's only a couple of widescreen episodes, and the rest are just cropped. Like, the only widescreen ones are Waking Nightmare, Beware of the Undertoad, the Billy and Mandy Moon to Moon, which was a part of Cartoon Network Invaded, and only part 1 of Wrath of the Spider Queen. That's crazy. Not even part 2 is widescreen. But however, HBO Max internationally, like Asia or wherever, it's all widescreen. Also, how they didn't put the order from Grim and Evil, Billy and Mandy season 2 and 7. If you hear my voice trembling, that's because I'm probably shivering because of how cold it is. Yeah. And yeah, pretty much HBO Max just has, the first episode of the show being Toadblatt School of Sorcery, Educating Grimm, and its Pokemon. Basically just, hang on, basically just the episodes from the unaired episodes of Grim and Evil. Yep, definitely cold. That is sad. And when Billy and Mandy does air on Checker Past, the first episode that aired, like, probably when it first aired on Checker Past, when they go back to the quote unquote first episode, is Toadblatt School of Sorcery, Educating Grimm, and, basically just the first appearance of the Dean Toadblatt or Nigel Planter saga, and then the other, again, pardon me, I am really cold, sort of. Yeah, and the Educating Grimm is the first appearance episode of Mindy. Most people don't really like this Mindy character, but I think she's kind of funny. Educating Grimm is probably one of my favorite episodes. Abandoned? Yeah, yeah. At least there's a lot of people. There's some people that actually like Mindy. And in case you didn't know, that wasn't sarcasm. I mean, yeah, Mindy's portrayed as like the, you know, like the, you know, sometimes she's just funny, and I'm pretty sure I consider Mindy as one of my favorite Billy and Mandy characters, alongside General Scar. But I think I realized something on why the 2003 episodes of Billy and Mandy and Evil Kong Carney aired first, like as the first episode. Like for Evil Kong Carney, there's Gutless, but uh, hang on, there's Gutless, Day of the Dreadbot, and League of Destruction. Ah, General Scar is also the goat. Yeah, me too. And I also wish that other characters were in the crossover, like since there was Hostile Gato in the Underfist uniform, Erwin should have been there as well as Jeff the Spider. And Scar, if that makes sense, like either in his general's outfit or Underfist. But at least this the Fred Fredberger's in there. Yes. I'm literally shaking right now because of how cold it is. So I'm probably gonna hang on. Alright. but yeah. But yeah, I think the pretty much reason why the Toadblatt School of Sorcery or Gutless from Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne aired first. I think that's because after the Grim and Evil split, the episodes were originally made for Grim and Evil, but released on the separate shows in 2003. Based, basically, and then pretty much later the Grim and Evil episodes from 2001 and 2 released after. And pretty much what I would consider the first episode, the true first episodes of the separate shows are Meet the Reaper, Skeletons in the Water Closet, Opposite Day, Evil Con Carne, the pilot episode, Emotional Scar, and Evil Goes Wild. But Maxwell Adams said like the creator, it said that Billy and Mandy had a weird and interesting production history, especially surrounding Grim and Evil. And pretty much, yeah. And HBO Max did miss the opportunity to add the Grim and Evil show on HBO Max. Although it would have been just Billy and Mandy and and for some reason Evil Con Carne isn't on HBO Max. I mean, I get it. Cartoon Network pretty much forgot about Evil Con Carne, and Evil Con Carne is the forgotten gem. But still, acknowledge evil. And I guess that has a whole new meaning to Hector saying, I'm not even on this stupid show anymore. And also, I've seen the video, like, if you watch Neil Parkenberry's video about Grim and Evil, he talks about, like, the production of Grim and Evil, like, basically just the extra 13 episodes of the show. By the way. I mean, yeah. And then I pretty much knew that Grim and Evil was on Cartoon Network on demand, like in the original format with 26 episodes, but never got a chance to watch. Ignore the ignore the background noise. Were my comments on Hector insulting the others in the car getting removed since it was too offensive? Company hauled episode. Because I can assume that's company hauled because the setting of the episode of Evil Con Carne takes place in the car. Oh, well, well, here's a game for you. It's called Melt Hector's Brain. No, I don't want to play that. I'm still wondering, like, I still want to play that board game called Scars the Doodoo Head. That's not even a real game. Sure, it is. All the kids play it. I've got a booster pack yesterday. I bet Billy or Erwin would want to play Scars the Doodoo Head. That's a better game than Mel Hector's Brain. I don't like that game. But pretty much, Tony, the one of the employees, like at Evil Con Carne, where he's crying about his sick cat. Hector just hates him for no reason. Like, I, I get Tony just says random things like golly gosh or gee whiz or fun with a capital F, but Tony's actually a chill guy. He's underrated. Tony pretty much deserved better. Even Rick Courage, you know, you know, basically he was voiced by Robin. And, there's a little bit of continuity errors in Evil Incarnate. Like, Hector fired Tony, and then in the next episode, which is Jealousy Jealous 2, Tony appears, even without speaking lines, even though Hector didn't fire him, even though Hector fired him. Oh yeah, I pretty much realized that like Billy and Mandy and Grim, like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, pretty much appears like from time to time, like in the Teen Titans Go 100th anniversary Warner Brothers thing. Even though I am neutral to Teen Titans Go, but the last time we ever saw Evil Con Carne before Jellystone was probably the Company Hall episode of Billy and Mandy from 2007. I mean, Teen Titans Go pretty much has the humor like Billy and Mandy does, except Billy and Mandy does it sort of better. Teen Titans Go has some hidden gems in there, like Night Begins to Shine, but I still prefer Grim and Evil. But wouldn't it count as like watching Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne separately? Wouldn't that count as watching Grim and Evil, even if it's not in the original format from 2001 to 2003? I'm just here in character guy. It has to be in the format. Otherwise, it's a fraud. I'm not sure if my Grim and Evil recreations, like my recreated episodes of the show, count, but I tried replicating Grim and Evil. Some Mandy intros are found in SD, like recorded from a TV, and the credits are just some of them are lost. Some of them are in HD, but I had to make my own credits. But there's one specific Grim and Evil episode that, or two specific Grim and Evil episodes that are different from the rest that only feature the Grim segments. Episode 21, Who Killed Who and Son of Nurgle, which the intro and outro does appear. Like, it is Grim and Evil. Like, the intro and outro itself appears on the Cartoon Network DVD of a Christmas DVD of Cartoon Network where it features the Billy and Mandy episode Son of Nurgle, but the print uses Grim and Evil for some reason. Yeah, and on the Christmas Rocks DVD, the Battle of the Band segment doesn't have an intro, but it has the outro where darkness plays. And another Cartoon Network DVD being the KND DVD. It has the episode of Billy and Mandy Crushed, which the Mandy intro used. Like the Mandy intro used with the Grim and Evil intro is the Mandy intro of her saying, I hate, therefore I am, which is probably used for the crawling niceness, Cod versus Hector, and Chicken Ball Z, basically episode 24 of the show. Although I'm pretty sure the, the Mandy gag is just, Mandy couch gag is basically just, um, I'm pretty sure uh, I'm pretty sure it's, if you are what you eat, I could be you by morning. Yeah, Grim and Evil is lost media. Oh yeah, this is the end Smasher Television. That's used for episode 25 of Grim and Evil, or episode 20, not episode 17 of Billy and Mandy. But I was just about to talk about episode 25 of Grim and Evil. Like, I saw a video, like, the intro and outro for Grim and Evil, episode 25, Grim Birthday, Sister Grim, and the Halls of Time, like, uploaded by Jason the Cartoon Fan or something. And the intro actually isn't Grim and Evil. It's the standalone series intro for the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Even though on Cartoon Network On Demand itself, it's considered a Grim and Evil episode. Yeah, pretty much the post-credit scene for Chicken Ball Z, where Mandy just buys Bunny Island, and Hector just walks away like, "Good luck ruling the world." And yeah, I'm pretty sure that was after that. It was the end for Grim and Evil. Well, Evil Con Carne anyway. The last segment produced for Grim and Evil was Cod versus Hector. Cod Commando just leaves Hector to die on an island. Come back, Cod. You're the hero. And then Cod starts his villain arc. And it's almost just like that Billy and Mandy episode, like, before Ultimate Evil premiered or 5 O'Clock Shadows, being Grim Day, Chicken Ball Z, and for some reason, an Evil Con Carne episode, Max Courage. And there's also another. And also, but it's still the same Hector Con Carne. And also, episode 26 of Grim and Evil is just the Halloween special, Billy and Mandy Stacked Up Halloween, which I'm pretty sure is the only Grim and Evil episode that isn't lost. But anyway, as I was talking about Grim and Evil, welcome back, Vincent. I was talking about, like, Grim for a Day, Sister Grim, The Halls of Time. The intro is Billy and Mandy, and the Mandy couch gag is "This is the end, smash your television." And the credits, the Halls of Time is pretty much one of the darkest episodes of Billy and Mandy. I already know what happens in that episode, but it uses the Billy and Mandy intro and credits from the standalone show. But there's something different about the Billy and Mandy credits. Daylight savings, I think. But the credits, like, for usually for Billy and Mandy, has the credits listing for every episode of the season of Billy and Mandy. But here for Grim and Evil, it's used for the specific episode, which is Grim Verde, Sister Grim, and the Halls of Time. And the copyright date is 2003, when the show was split up from Grim and Evil. And pretty much, the episode arrangement for Grim Verde, Sister Grim, and the Halls of Time just reminds me of Grim Verde, Chicken Ball Z, and the Halls of Time, except Sister Grim takes the place of Chicken Ball Z for some reason. Pretty sure because episode 24 already has that episode. And also, Vincent, don't mind me talking about Grim and Evil. It's a very interesting show. Well, it's history anyway, especially with the Grim Adventures and Billy and Mandy. Yeah, but there's an HD version of the episode 25 credits of Grim and Evil. Like, just search Grim for a Day, Sister Grim, The Halls of Time, and it's there, as well as the original credits. Although I did upload like an HD version of what the of a recreation of the episode 25 of Grim and Evil's intro and outro could look like with the Billy and Maddie intro and the outro. And to be honest, the way that the credits are shown for episode 25 of Grim and Evil just reminds me of Billy and Maddie season two's credits. There's no reactions. I'm just talking about stuff. But I'm not even sure if it was just me or not. But I'm I'm basically just explaining Grim and Evil lore. Cars is honestly a cinematic masterpiece. Absolute cinema, basically. And the funny thing is, like the Billy and Mandy pilot, like Meet the Raper, right, that was produced in 1999, but released for the Big Pick weekend on June 9th, 2000, which was 6 years before Cars released in theaters. If it ain't me, then it's the other. Yeah, pretty much YouTube does that, where it's pretty much YouTube just does that, where it says there's three people in chat when there's pretty much only two. Probably just glitches. But still, the episode 25 of Grim and Evil just reminds me of Grim for a Day, Chicken Ball Z, and the Halls of Time. But when I did recreate my Grim and Evil episodes, for episode 25 of the show, I actually went with the Grim and Evil intro and outro instead of the Billy and Mandy intro and outro. Because I thought it would work better. Despite despite basically just being the Grim segments and Evil Con Carne already left the show. But there was a half-hour special of Grim and Evil. Well, technically Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne being 5 o'clock shadows and Ultimate Evil. Basically just shadow counterparts of Billy and Mandy and tons of Billy clones and pretty much buff Boskov. Oh yeah, Grim and Evil aired internationally, pretty much. They pretty much aired the unaired episodes internationally. It's just unaired in the US. I mean, apart from episode 16 of Grim and Evil, being Mandy the Merciless Ghost Spork, the Really Odd Couple, basically just airing on Checker Pass out of nowhere. Like, It's still in the same time spots as Billy and Mandy. I guess you could call that as the debut of Evil Con Carne on the Checkered Path. Yeah, pretty much Grim and Evil is lost media, aside from the segments, of course. The segments can easily just be reconstructed into the Grim and Evil format as it once was all along. But sometimes it ain't the same, you know. Sometimes it's just search and check daily for new Grim and Evil footage. Like if there's anyone who has like a copy of like it'll be back someday, it'll be back. I hope so. I doubt it'll return to Cartoon Network on demand, but I hope so. All right, gotta go. I'll talk to you later. See ya. All right, now what? I may end the stream, but I don't really know. Hi, Lake Kid. Maybe I could keep the stream up for a few more minutes or something. Also, daylight saving is happening again. It's now 3 a.m. when it was originally 1 a.m. Crazy. It's 8 a.m. where I live. All right. Different time zones. Well, good morning to you. It's still nighttime for me. I don't know why time zones exist. They're a little confusing. But, it's life. We got time zones. Good, uh, good night. I will probably sleep after I end the stream, but I don't even know when to end it because sometimes my streams are usually dead. But I feel like bringing these streams back because, the streams were big in 2023. By the way, what are your thoughts on K&D so far? Well, I never really seen much of it. I mean, I've seen like the cameo of number three in Big Boogie Adventure of Billy and Mandy, and mainly the crossover episode between Billy and Mandy and K&D being the crime adventures of the K&D. But it looks like a pretty good show. Although most of us watching it now would inside of the K&D, like adults, because they're the enemy of the K&D. But I would still root for the K&D even if I'm older. But I do feel like checking out Candy. Like if it's like, if the crossover between that and Billy and Mandy was good, then Candy might be good too. It is one of Cartoon Network's most popular cartoons back. And I'm not sure if you've seen the Jellystone crossover, but the K and D makes a cameo in the Jellystone Cartoon Network crossover. Well, they don't have speaking lines, sadly, but I'm pretty sure the main focus of Jellystone crossovers was like some shows like the Powerpuff Girls, uh, Dexter's Laboratory, and the Grim Billy and Mandy. Although there are some like character voices cameos like Hector Concarne from Evil Concarne, which is the Forgotten Gem, Samurai Jack, and or something. I have, but I don't like it if I have to be honest. I respect your opinion on it. I actually do like the crossover with Joey Stone and old Cartoon Network shows. I really enjoyed it. It could have been longer, but I'm not complaining. It's the only time I would ever see new content from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Maddie or even Concarne, even if it's just one crossover. It's doubtful that Cartoon Network would greenlight Billy and Maddie again, greenlight Billy and Maddie something, but yeah, sadly. But like some people like having their own like want to have their own revival of a childhood show they like. You know, I should probably give give it a try like like maybe just doing some sort of revival for Billy and Mandy, but I don't really know for sure. Oh wait, I realized something. Huh. The amount of Cartoon Network shows that canceled had to be studied for sure. You know, yeah, I never really got to experience most of the Cartoon Network shows from the early 2000s or late 2000s. I did watch some of them, like Chowder and pretty much the 2010s of Cartoon Network. Like, I, and then I did watch a couple of episodes of old Cartoon Network shows from a Cartoon Network DVD I got a few years ago, which being Johnny Bravo, featuring Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Lab, Ed, Edd n Eddy, and Courage the Cowardly Dog. But when Checker Pass came along, there were new shows for me to watch from the old Cartoon Network era, like The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I'm pretty sure I became a fan of the show because of Checkered Past. And I apologize if my streams are sometimes dead nowadays. Like, I want to get back into streaming, but sometimes they're dead. But I still have thoughts of giving streams another try. I can't give up on it just yet. It was, you know, yeah. Yeah, time zones are really annoying. But I pretty much know one of the reasons why my streams are sometimes dead because I stream late, like at night or whatever. And most people would be asleep or busy or something, or maybe they're in another stream. But I may actually just start streaming some points during the day. Well, you know, if anyone's like, not at school or whatever. Well, during the week anyway. Weekend, whenever I would have time. Oh, and while I'm probably still on the topic of Billy and Mandy, I'm still hoping for a revival, even though it might not be necessary, but I'm still hoping. But 3 years ago or 4 years ago, like back in 2021, the creator of Billy and Mandy, Maxwell Adams, like pitched the idea of a revival movie of Billy and Mandy called Destroy Us All, based on Billy's catchphrase, like Billy's line from the Attack of the Clowns episode from season 3. I've tried talking on my main, didn't let me sign on my own. Uh, but Cartoon Network pretty much didn't greenlight the, pretty much rejected it because, quote unquote, they said kids today won't know who Billy and Mandy are, yet they have Billy and Mandy on HBO Max, but not anymore because HBO Max removed Billy and Mandy and and a whole lot of classic Cartoon Network shows and Cartoon Network shows itself, like Ed and Nettie. And the only way to watch it was like on a piracy website or the Internet Archive, which without HBO Max, I would have to use the Internet Archive to watch Billy and Mandy. Like if episodes of Billy and Mandy were airing on Cartoon Network or Adult Swim's Checker Pass. Yeah, I did watch Steven Universe. It's a really good show, and it's a really great show. Like, I watched it as a kid on Cartoon Network, alongside Gumball. Uh, I'm neutral to Teen Titans Go. Like, Teen Titans Go has I'm not really much of a fan of. I mean, I did watch Teen Titans Go, but I'm a little neutral to it. But I think Teen Titans Go is a little meh, but sometimes I just think Teen Titans Go is okay in my opinion. People hate it. I understand. It's nothing like the original 2003 Teen Titans, but I mean, I sort of hate it. But I'm actually just I'm not like rage, but I'm not like angry about the series existing. But I don't really like Teen Titans Go. But I'm just neutral with it. It's just an okay episode, okay show. Teen Titans Go is just okay in my opinion. It does have some small moments there, like the night begins to shine and stuff. And the movie, I did watch the movie, and I actually thought it was pretty good, but it's still Teen Titans Go, so eh. Oh yeah, Steven Universe, the movie. Oh, it was also really good. All right, I'm gonna head out. Bye. I think I'm gonna head out too. Well, unless somebody else chats, but I'm not even sure if there's anyone else here. Well, I mean, if it might be the end, I may as well just do the outro, then head out for the night, maybe. And also, happy daylight savings. So, yeah. Hey, have you heard of the Pixar show Win or Lose? I've heard that I might check it out, the the sad thing is I do not have Disney Plus anymore. Well, I used to have Disney Plus, but I'm pretty sure, like like there there was somebody who had Disney Plus but was paying for it, but I'm pretty sure Disney Plus is just gone for me now. It was pretty much the only way for me to watch Disney shows like Big City Dreams or Amphibia or Owl House or even Molly McGee. However, and it was also my like just where I would watch Cars as well. I usually just watch Cars from time to time there. And sometimes I think I just prefer DVDs and Blu-rays over streaming, like streaming services like Disney. But I'm pretty sure Win or Lose looks interesting. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the only way to watch a show that's probably on a streaming services with, without getting a streaming service because too much money is, even though it's pretty much a crime, but there's piracy. Well, just like watching it on a website for free, even though it's piracy, but no one really does anything about. But no companies aren't doing that right. Whatever. But yeah, that's also an option, I guess. But I doubt some of the Disney shows are in an archive, like other shows. Like yeah, and pretty much when I do post Billy and Mandy content, I usually just use footage from just download the episodes from the Internet Archive and just use footage from that. I watched so many shows on Disney shows on illegal websites just because I needed Disney Plus. I was pretty much like that before I I got I was pretty much like that before when I know I mean pretty much like before I was introduced to the streaming service. I was just mainly just using websites or whatever, like and DVDs, but I still prefer DVDs over streaming services. Like like but the age of physical media and cable is dying, and it's just streaming on demand or whatever. I have watched Candy on so many illegal websites. It was really bad actually. But I think I might help you with that. Instead of watching it on an illegal website, I actually found out that the KND series is on the Internet Archive. All 6 episodes, no, not episodes, seasons, and everything. I'm not sure about the movies like Operation Zero, which I did see Operation Zero on Cartoon Network on demand at one point, but I'm pretty sure I don't remember much. And that was pretty much one of the things I saw from KND. It was an interesting, it was an interesting movie. Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt like when I found out that Billy and Mandy was on the Internet Archive. Like, I wanted to watch Billy and Mandy on the Internet. I wanted to watch Billy and Mandy, but I don't have HBO Max, and I didn't want to pay for it. So, Internet Archive, and I'm pretty sure the KND Internet Archive also includes the crossover episode with Billy and Mandy. They don't have the movie on the Internet Archive. That's a shame. That is sad. Yeah. Sometimes they're reliable, sometimes they're not. But for Billy and Mandy, they actually do have the movies like Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure, Wrath of the Spider Queen, even though it's split into two parts. Although I did manage to like recreate the Wrath of the Spider Queen like how it originally was like as a TV movie. Like on it has a lot of views. Probably because of it being a billion magic video or whatever. Yeah, it's somewhere. Yeah, it's one of my most viewed, basically. Yeah, but Wrath of the Spider Queen isn't technically a movie. It's just a two specials. It's basically just one special split into two parts, basically. Well, from when it airs frequently again, like like when it aired in 2007, it was aired as like a big special or whatever. I'm struggling so bad just to watch shows. Pretty much we all are. Especially when some shows that we are wanting to watch just become lost media. Just like for example what I was talking about it earlier, Grim and Evil. It's basically just the short version of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, along with an obscure and underrated show, Evil Con Carne. I've been wanting to watch Grim and Evil, but I've mainly just seen the separate shows of Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne. But but Grim and Evil itself is just lost media. But the segments, basically just the episodes for Grim and Evil, aren't lost media itself. They're on the separate shows, but I just want to watch Grim and Evil in the original format of how it was. I know a lot about the history of Grim and Evil. I'm basically just kind of a nerd about Grim and Evil or Billy and Mandy. I post a lot of Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne and stuff on my channel, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people like my Billy and Mandy content. It feels like a breath of fresh air, because people are more and more are probably interested in Billy and Mandy. Well, I mean, apart from that one guy that commented on my channel calling Billy and Mandy an ugly disgrace, the Courage the Cowardly Dog, when Billy and Mandy has nothing to do with the Courage the Cowardly Dog, basically, which I found a little. There's a reason why I'm the reason why I got even the KND. Yeah, he also called KND an ugly disgrace to Totally Spies when that is doesn't even have anything to do with KND at all. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he does have opinions on just shows like Billy and Mandy and KND, but I mean, I probably get. I don't know why he would hate it, but I mean, I mean, I'm not the one to judge his opinion, but but just but bashing my opinion is not okay. Especially with comments, weird comments. Not sure if you've seen them like it, but comments. But he said comments like the like it's really weird. But the comments are deleted now because of that guy. Probably somebody hit him from the channel, and I appreciate whoever did it. But it was really weird, so I don't want to say it because it's really weird. But but I, I never really know much about Totally Spies. I mean, I've seen Totally Spies on Cartoon Network itself. Well, mainly just season 7 of the show because it's currently airing like on Cartoon Network. But I've mainly just heard about, I've mainly just seen shows like Billy and Mandy. But I do like Billy and Mandy and Courage the Cowardly Dog equally because they're both great shows. I've seen them on other comments which were about Billy and Mandy as well. Yeah, that guy is pretty much everywhere. Everywhere you look, everywhere you see, he's there, regardless of it being Billy and Mandy or not. Like in one video by DC Network, which explains on how Cartoon Network died, and in the comments he called the creator of Billy and Mandy, Maxwell Adams, an ugly disgrace to the creator of Courage the Cowardly Dog being John R. Dilworth, which is which is really disrespectful to Maxwell Adams, considering what Maxwell Adams is going through. Like Maxwell Adams doesn't know. Like I'm not sure if you heard the news about Maxwell Adams, but Maxwell Adams is okay. He's just like selling pieces of his work, like from like production art or whatever, just like to make mortgage or whatever. Hey, isn't it like night there? Yes, it is. But yeah. But I do like both Maxwell Adams and John R. Dilworth. They're both really good creators of shows like Billy and Mandy and Courage. But just calling one another like an ugly disgrace to one another is just not okay. I mean, I get it. Some people just hate a show for some reasons, and people respect opinions. Like sure, that's okay. I like the show, but it's okay that you hate it. But but just straight up calling it an ugly disgrace and just being all like, hey, you're not supposed to like the show. It's an ugly disgrace. That is just wrong. Yeah, I think that guy that calls Billy and Maddie an ugly disgrace might be cuckoo crazy. And considering that he probably called K&D an ugly disgrace to Totally Spies, he must have been one of the adults. And in one of the comments, when I said that he says weird, strange comments, I probably don't want to say it because it might get me age restricted or whatever. But it's something to do with like in some posts it has something to do with characters like Anne or Sasha or whatever. Like I don't even want to say it, but it involves them. Like just like I mean, it does involve like them. It's just like just him saying like characters just beat up characters that didn't even do anything wrong, like Billy, for example, and not family friendly things. Yeah, yeah. I'm so glad that that guy is blocked from my channel, so he can't comment on anything anymore. So good riddance. The mess that lunatic made. Well, not much of a mess, but he made a mess of things. Like, despite calling my favorite show an ugly disgrace, the Kurt's Cowardly Dog. But, I mean, basically just Kurt's focuses on horror, comedy, horror, and Billy and Mandy. It feels like a horror show, but sometimes it has dark moments, but it's comedy. Sometimes I feel like he could be somehow watching this live. Oh, and I'm pretty sure his name is Daniel D. Roberts, I think. But Daniel, sir, person who called Billy and Mandy an ugly disgrace. If you're watching this, I'm sorry that what we're talking about here. I just don't appreciate it, like insulting Billy and Mandy. I mean, I get you hate the show. Just let me enjoy the show. Don't call it an ugly disgrace. Same with K&D. K&D is good, even though I barely seen much of it, but it looks like a great show. But I still like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Both Billy and Mandy and Courage are good shows. Yeah, I don't know why I would be apologizing when he's probably not even here, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't care because he would still just say Billy and Mandy, you know. But still, though, I may end the stream at 4 a.m., even though it's a little late. Oh, yeah, in case you saw that a little bit, that was just me. That was just the light reflection of the window. Basically, just like the right light reflection of the window. Try not to show much of my room here, but but the TV is going. Basically, I have the volume lowered, so I tried. But Adult Swim is playing at the moment. Basically, I do have a cable alternative, which has Cartoon Network, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the reasons I seen Billy and Mandy was on Cartoon Network, or he will on no not. I don't forgive him. Eh, I don't forgive him either. Even if, but I'm pretty sure he just doesn't care. He hates Billy and Mandy and evil con carne. And guess what? I don't care. I enjoy what we enjoy. What we enjoy. Deal with it. I'm not used to seeing. I'm now used to seeing complete darkness in your streams. Yeah, that's pretty much what all most of my streams are, basically. But some streams I would just be streaming on a Nintendo Switch, like just playing Cars 3 Driven to Win. Still a pretty fun game, but sometimes I may actually feel like doing a reaction stream, kind of like how Looms does or whatever. Not sure if you've seen the channel Looms, but I do like this is the new phone, and I still have my old phone, and I would have made reaction streams, but but for some reason on my old phone, the YouTube on YouTube just pretty much just stopped working on my old phone. Pretty much one of the only one of the good reasons I haven't still have a new phone. But pretty much the old phones I have just has that YouTube isn't updated to the latest version because YouTube can't update on the old device at all. It's so old that I can't even. On the new phone, yeah, I could go live with other people, but I'm not even sure how that would work. I'm not even sure how like I'm not even sure how it would go well though. But I may try it at some point. But I may like try it with Anne or somebody. But I actually never really do like reaction streams. I just talk in complete darkness. Oh, looks like we meet again, old friend. The wind. But yeah, I could go live with other people, but I just choose not to sometimes. But I don't know. So pretty much, I can't do reaction streams on my old phone. Like, I can't use my old phone to watch videos unless it's on the YouTube website, of course. But on the YouTube app, no, just no. It's just like, but thank goodness I have a new phone with YouTube up and running in the app anyway. And yeah, pretty much with this new phone that I got a few months ago, I am so back. Even though I've been on YouTube with my old phone, but I got a new phone and I still do more than I already could. I'm pretty much now just like everybody else. Yeah, pretty much like on my old phone. Yeah, sometimes it would just like sometimes like YouTube would freeze up and then just YouTube would say YouTube just stopped responding. Do you want to close it? And then I just do it anyway. And then yeah, that's one of the struggles. And some apps like Discord, like 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 isn't available on the old phone anymore. Basically just my phone isn't updated to like the latest version, which is Goofy app. But 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 still, that phone just kept me everywhere. Like it kept me going with YouTube content and stuff, and community posts and other things. But with my new phone, I could just do so much more that the old phone couldn't. But I just have my old phone on standby. Well, I don't really use it that much because I'm using my new phone, which is more superior than the old phone. How long have you streamed for today? About an hour and 15 minutes. I'm almost expected this to be a dead chat stream like my other stream has been, except it pretty much wasn't. Like, there was a couple of users like that. Like, I'm pretty sure you saw that one user with a Billy profile picture from Billy and Mandy. He's cool. He's a he's a Billy and Mandy fan as I am. But yeah. But thanks for keeping me company in these streams. I've actually just felt like doing more streams more often, so I wouldn't have to call myself like retired from the streams. Like I'm pretty much coming out of retirement to do more streams for like I'm trying to do more for the channel. Like I used to think like my channel was dead or whatever, But with posting more content and more community posts frequently or whatever, I've pretty much sort of revived my channel. I'm not sure if my channel is dead though, but I'm pretty sure it's still reviving and thriving. And pretty much next month, which in April, would be the fourth anniversary of my first video. Well, it's past the many years of having this channel. Like, this channel was created in 2018, well, just for me to have the ability to subscribe and like videos. I didn't do content until 2021. Yeah. But some of my old videos were really bad and cringe and low budget. Basically, I just had to use, like, flip a clip or whatever. And it all started with my old phone, basically. Made old content, and then I slowly got better, and then I done animations, of course. They were good. And, yeah. And pretty much my content focus might be Billy and Mandy at this point, because I'm a huge fan of the show. Although I still like Sonic the Hedgehog, like, but sometimes when I do content or whatever, I would usually be in a phase of some sort, like a phase for things like, you ever had phases with shows or movies you like? I basically just have phases, like I post content like Sonic content, Amphibia, Owl House, or Cars content, and then there's Billy and Mandy. But I make all sorts of content judging by what I like, and content's good. Yeah, and I could probably guess it's KND. KND's goaded. Wait, wait, did you say I was the reason that you got into KND? But I wonder how though. Like, my main base is now KND and number three. Number three, I mean, I never really seen much of KND besides the KND crossover and the number three cameo in Billy and Mandy's movie, Big Boogie Adventure. I consider her to be one of my favorite characters as well. Heck, I even uploaded the crossover episode myself. Like, I mean, some people might have uploaded the current adventures of the KND, but some of it probably got privated or something. I just uploaded mine. Well, I just used the Internet Archive, so yeah. It's a really good crossover episode. I mean, not really as epic, but as it was advertised, but it was still a pretty good crossover episode. I actually found the Delightful Reaper, basically just the Delightful Children, like fused with Grimm's powers, as well as Billy and the Harold's Lucky Pants. I actually found that the Delightful Reaper is a pretty badass villain. Because it's a Big Boogie Adventure movie. Yeah, that was the one of the other things I saw for Billy and Mandy before, like watching the show on the Internet Archive or YouTube or whatever. Like after it was not airing on TV right now, because there's a programming block on Adult Swim called Checkered Past, where airs old Cartoon Network shows, and that's pretty much how I got into Billy and Mandy. So shout out to Cartoon Network and Checkered Past. And the rest is history. Watched Billy and Mandy content like from Big Boogie Adventure to mo- the other episodes I haven't seen before or just not paid attention to when it was airing or haven't seen in a while or whatever, to the K&D crossover, to Under Fist, and as well as the spin-off series of Billy and Mandy, the underrated one, Evil Con Carne. I mean, I pretty much know Evil Con Carne's existence when it aired on Checker Past, and pretty much Evil Con Carne's cameos in Billy and Mandy. I'm glad I also know about the hidden gem of Evil Con that is Evil Con Carne. It's basically just about an evil brain trying to take over the world, but it's just attached to the body of a idiotic circus bear. But I but the bears chill sometimes. It and it's basically just focuses on villains, which is really nice. Basically, just Evil Con Carne is also created by the same creator as Billy and Mandy, being Maxwell Adams. They were also in one show, as I mentioned before, Grim and Evil, a show that's lost media aside from the episodes themselves. Well, the episodes on separate Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne. And also, Billy and Mandy is copyrighted. Like, if people post Billy and Mandy content, they get the copyright claim, but nothing really happens. But if it's a full episode, take it down, bam, boom. I know most. Of this, I know most of the stuff because of. Well, I think yep. I think I'm because I'm a nerd for Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne stuff. Basically, just like got knowledge from like videos, yeah, yeah, and done a little bit of research on Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne, and watched the shows. I collect all the information like Pokemon cards. Same with me. And I'm pretty sure I know about the existence of what Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne were when they were one show. Like because when I saw like the intro for Grim and Evil, basically just starting out with a green spiral, which is pretty much the vortex shown throughout the Billy and Mandy show. Two flames appearing on the screen. Grim's head appears evilly laughing, and then the head of Boskov, which is the bear, and the brain, Hector Concarne, just bouncing up and down like he's laughing, and Boskov's just looking confused. You know, the laugh they're laughing just they laugh as they get closer to the screen until they get pulled into the logo, like, like the flames, and then the flames just turn into the logo of Grim and Evil, and then pretty much a slideshow of like well, slideshow of like characters that appear in the show, like Hector Concarne and Boskov, Billy from the Grim Adventures, General Scar, Mandy, Major Dr. Ghastly, and of course, Grim, who slices the screen with his scythe, revealing the text created by Maxwell Adams. And that show came first before Billy and Mandy and Evil Von Carne were their own shows. But when the year came out when Billy and Mandy and Evil Von Carne when they were their own shows, like The that were released in 2003 were actually made for the original Grim and Evil. Like, the more I know, the better I know. Oh, right, I said I was gonna end the stream around 4, but just yapping about random things like Billy and Mandy. But I actually like yapping about things because, well, I'm sort of like a nerd of stuff like this, like cartoons, let alone Billy and Mandy. I mean, I may have not grown up with the shows that I know of today, like Billy and Mandy, but I'm glad I actually got to experience the shows itself. Like I was born like in the late 2000s, and I just pretty much was like watching Cartoon Network in the 2010s when they had regular show, Adventure Time, Gumball. Unfortunately, Teen Titans Go, but I'm just mad towards Titans Go. And there's also Steven Universe and Uncle Grandpa, and Clarence, which I really love those shows. And there was also other shows like the Powerpuff Girls, well, the 2016 reboot. I'm neutral to that as well. I sort of like Powerpuff Girls 2016, but it's okay. Although I did see like the original Powerpuff Girls, one of the only classics I've seen. Yeah, me too. Especially with Grim and Evil and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. But sadly, I was born in the year when Billy and Mandy ended, which was 2007, by the way. Well, Billy and Mandy's final episode aired on November 9th, 2007. Well, there's no series finale. It was just like a regular, normal episode of Billy and Mandy. But the music made it seem like it was a finale, but it was just a normal, regular episode of Billy and Mandy. And then the show was canceled. But 2 days after that final episode of Billy and Mandy was the KND crossover. And a year later, in October, was the spin-off episode of like another Billy and Mandy show called Under Fist. Basically, just featuring side characters just going up against foes or whatever. It was an interesting concept. Too bad Cartoon Network never really picked it up. So it was just left at that. And that would have been the only time Billy and Mandy appeared in media, aside from like cameos. And the latest thing they appeared was in Joey Stone crossovers. But but when I did say like the Grim and Evil show, like the original Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne, they were they were back in 2017 or 2018 or something. They were all on Cartoon Network on demand. Basically, just 1 through 26 episodes of Grim and Evil. Basically, just the original order, original format of Grim and Evil, including the unaired episodes. Well, one aired on Cartoon Network's Checker Past in 2023, but that's a different story. But some point in 2019 it got removed and Grim and Evil's lost media once more. I might change my opinion of Joey Stone later if I think about it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I've barely seen much of Joey Stone. Like, I didn't have HBO Max to watch it. I didn't even use the websites, but I never really seen much of Jellystone. I mean, I've probably seen posters or whatever, but I never even seen it on Cartoon Network. I mean, Jellystone did air on Cartoon Network, but I never got to watch it because, like when I had a different cable service, Cartoon Network was just premium channel now. But the current one I'm using, it allows me to actually watch Cartoon Network. So yeah, but I did see like the season three, well, first half of season three of Jellystone on Cartoon Network back in 2024. It was an interesting show. I really like Hanna Barbera characters, but I'm pretty sure I was mainly excited for the crossover. I was wondering when that was happening, and I was hoping it was going to air on TV, but it was just on HBO Max. But I managed to find a way to watch it, like on a Google Drive file. Yeah, and it was great. Too bad it was the only time that I would see like the new content for the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. But when I was probably still on the topic of Grim and Evil, like Grim and Evil's lost media, but somehow I probably managed to like recreate what Grim and Evil used to be like, with these original episode formats. But I had to use pretty much like episodes from the separate shows of Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne to reconstruct it, and use footage of Grim and Evil found online, like the Mandy couch gags that were lost at time, like recorded from a TV. And I had to make my own custom credits because some credits of Grim and Evil are lost media. So yeah, I did upload 2 episodes. No, well, no, I did upload 4 episodes of Grim and Evil, 2 of which being actually full episodes, and other 2 are just like a quarter of it. Like I uploaded the quote unquote first episode of Grim and Evil. I did upload episode 1 of Grim and Evil, but it got copyrighted because of Billy and Mandy's copyright. But for some reason, this I'm pretty sure I already know why because it's an underrated cartoon. But Evil Con Carne didn't get copyrighted, so I just shortened the video to be just the Evil Con Carne episode in it. But I uploaded the Little Rock of War segment from Grim and Evil. Basically just a musical episode of Grim and Evil, the Billy and Mandy one featuring Brains by Voltaire, which is a great song. Like it was also probably one of the episodes of Billy and Mandy that didn't get copyrighted, which was actually really good because there's that. I did happen to make a playlist for Billy and Mandy full episodes, like the only full Billy and Mandy episodes on YouTube. Anyway, like there's my favorite episode of Billy and Mandy being My Fair Mandy, basically just Mandy entering a beauty pageant, and then the other ones being specials or just random episodes. Yeah, I'm gonna list them. There's Billy and Mandy's Jacked Up Halloween, Lower Rock of Fours, like I mentioned. Like that, there's the Halloween special, Billy and Mandy. There's Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure, The Wrath of the Spider Queen, The Grim Adventures of the Candy, Under Fist, and pretty much some episodes like 5 O'Clock Shadows. I watched some of the playlists you made. I mean, it's not much episodes, but it's just Billy and Mandy stuff. You know, the Billy and Mandy episode I mentioned, My Fair Mandy, was uploaded by Cartoon Network themselves, basically for like the 30th anniversary of Cartoon Network. Sadly, they didn't boast, like, they didn't acknowledge Evil Con Carne or whatever. But, but, but I'm pretty sure that was before, like, when they posted the Billy and Mandy episode. That was before I've like watched Billy and Mandy. Although I did see the My Fair Mandy episode air on Checker Pass, like when Checker Pass debuted, like on like the second day. I mean, like, I didn't know much about the show, but I tuned in and watched Cartoon Network City. Oh yeah, the CN City era. I've heard of it. Like, I never grew up with it, but I heard it's a great era for Cartoon Network back in 2004. I did see like bumpers for it, like Etta and Eddie, Billy and Mandy. Yeah, and there was also the Yes era that ran alongside the CN City era. Basically, the Yes era is just characters like characters like Fred Fredberger taking over with his iconic catchphrase, "Yes, I like Fred Fredberger. He's a funny character." Even though most people don't really like Fred Fredberger because they they think he's annoying, but I think Fred Fredberger is pretty funny and quirky. And there's also Cheese from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Yeah, a lot of things from Cartoon Network's past are interesting. Yes, yes. That was my Fred Fredberger impression, but I'm trying to be quiet because some people are asleep. Yes, like I could spell my name Fredberger. Fred Fredberger. Yes. But you know, there was other bumpers for the Yes era, basically featuring other characters like Eduardo from Foster's Home, Blue or Mac or whatever, and also Billy. And yeah, there's also this one bumper of Billy and Mandy from the Yes era where Billy just talks about like the entire plot of a Billy and Mandy episode being the House of Tomorrow, which was actually kind of cool and funny. But yeah, there's that. But I'm pretty sure when it came to 2007, 2008, and 2009, where things took a dark turn for Cartoon Network. Well, 2007 and 2008 were okay, like, but shows did get a little canceled back in 2007 and 2008, like The Grim Adventures, for example, as well as KND, Camp Lazlo, and others. I'm pretty sure that was under the work of Stuart Snyder from like he became in charge of Cartoon Network back in the day. He basically just canceled a few shows. Basically, just canceled a few Cartoon Network shows, and pretty much there was the summer and fall eras of Cartoon Network, and then there was the iconic nudes era from 2008, basically, where it's just basically just Funko Pop figurines, whatever those things are, like dressed as characters from Cartoon Network, just doing their own thing, and the Cartoon Network logo is just all white. That's interesting. And there was also the previews era, basically just Let's Go era, basically just where the Cartoon Network logo was like just used the same colors, like The C is black and white, and the N is matches the colors, the C and N, the C for some reason. And I'm pretty sure that's what started the checkered era of Cartoon Network. And of course, there was also C and Real. Basically, just Cartoon Network live action. Cartoon Network live action shows. It was it was weird. It's a channel about cartoons, yet then again they air live action shows. I mean, I wouldn't mind it them like airing live action movies like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, or that's one of the examples. I don't mind them airing action movies, but action shows, live action shows, like do what would happen or destroy, build, destroy. I never really got, I never really seen much of those shows, but seeing Real was kind of mid, even though I never really got to experience it. Thank goodness. But at least Jacket Era made Cartoon Network better. Like with the regular show, Adventure Time. But pretty much see the previews era of Cartoon Network is actually decent. Although a lot of original programming was gone, and the only two remaining were basically the only remaining Cartoon Network shows were Chowder, The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, Etta and Nettie, and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which was sad. But those shows that I mentioned were great, even though I've mainly just seen Etta and Nettie. I've never really seen much of Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, but I did see Chowder and a little bit of Foster's Home, but I don't remember. And then there was also the Dimensional era from Cartoon Network from 2016. Talk about so much Teen Titans Go. No Gumball or anything else. I'm out of here. I like Nickelodeon better. That was a play on the Sonic Adventure 2 line. Talk about low budget flights. But yeah, but I'm pretty sure Cartoon Network grow out of the Dimensional era. Hmm. I never really seen much of Flapjack, but it seems like Flapjack was hated. I don't even know why Flapjack was hated. It looks like a really decent cartoon, a really good cartoon. Might even be as good as Billy and Mandy or something. But then again, I never really seen much of Flapjack. So yeah. But there are some classic Cartoon Network shows that I've seen. Missed reviews. Yeah. There's some classic Cartoon Network shows that I've seen. Like, let me list them. There's Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, and I Am Weasel. Where they were also basically just like Grim and Evil, where one show had a middle segment that got its own show after some time. Basically, just with the format of 7-minute episodes in like 3 7-minute episodes in one episode or whatever. They done like that. And then there was also Etta and Nettie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and Evil Incarnate. And also the Powerpuff Girls. Although I did see Chowder and maybe Ben 10, but yeah. Oh yeah, I did say that I was gonna end the stream around 4:30, but I'm just talking about Cartoon Network. I like it. The Amazing Colossal crossover. Oh yeah, I've seen that. It was a thing between like an advertisement of like for the Grim Adventures of the KND. Well, I never really experienced it growing up, but I've actually like seen promos of it, like like when searching it up online. Like the announcer sounds like Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which was an Adult Swim show, and it also sounds like Scratch from the Ghost of Molly McGee. And the commercial itself just consists of like basically just tall, basically just like people in like costumes for probably Billy and Number One. It was a really epic. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, the Grim Adventures of the KND probably could have been longer, but I'm not actually that complaining about the crossover. It's still a good crossover. And just seeing Mandy almost take over the entire Cartoon Network universe is actually really blows my mind. Mm, that just goes to show that Mandy is one of the most badass and dangerous villains in the Cartoon Network history. But we all love Mandy because Mandy. Mandy's a great character. Typical Mandy. And she would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for the meddling kids next door. Totally not a totally a Scooby Doo reference. And the fact that Number One just keeps getting mistaken for Billy and Mandy just getting mistaken for Number One, even though she refers herself as Number One, and that just changes the KND to the MND. Basically, not the mean nasty doggies, the Mandy new dictator. It's funny with the acronyms like Mandy, Man Robot, Monkeys, and Nice Doggies relaxing on bellies of turtles. What kind of acronym is that? Well, if you weren't such a rush, I would have came up with a different one. Eh, but he failed miserably, and then everybody just starts throwing things at him, and then Grim just throws his scythe at Billy. But I'm not. But the Delightful Reaper. It was a very interesting villain. Probably could have had more screen time, but it was a very interesting villain, consisting of like the delightful children from down the lane, Billy, many other characters that were assimilated, like Irwin, and other Billy and Mandy and Candy and Cartoon Network characters. And I'm pretty sure while Mandy was fighting the Delightful Reaper, the Delightful Reaper pretty much assimilated number three and number four in the process. Yeah. You're in big trouble for taking my lucky pants, Billy. But I'm not Billy. Oh, I'm not falling for that one again. Number one wasn't even wearing the the pot hat and the tomato nose, but he still had Billy's clothes on. Well, at least Mandy didn't mistake number one for Billy, but the Grim Reaper mistook him for Billy. And also love the cameo of the Eds in the beginning of the special. If you're looking for charity, call KND. They're cheap. I'm pretty sure that's just to replicate Billy's nose. And and yeah, if I'm still on the topic of the Delightful Reaper, like from before it assimilates more characters, it just looks like Grim wearing pants with tiny skulls in place of his head. And but later on, the Delightful Reaper just starts to more like look more like Grim, except his head is bumpy, probably because of the skulls of the Cartoon Network characters that were assimilated or laminated or whatever they were doing. Yeah, basically just Grim wearing lucky pants. Basically just immune to basically immune to just like supernatural energies and mustard. But when Mandy just decided to assimilate herself with the Reaper, like fuse with the Reaper, the head transforms from Grim to Mandy. Basically, the shape of Mandy's head. Body's still the same, but everything changes. But the Delightful Reaper would still have the skulls, except it's just in the shape of Mandy. But then, basically, just Mandy's plans of world domination got ruined by Harold. I mean, this laser cuts through bratwurst pretty nicely. And but the like the skeleton samurai thing from when Grim and Number One team up to defeat the Delightful Reaper. That was a really cool scene. I've come for the all-you-can-eat breakfast, pancake breakfast. But since there's no pancakes, but yeah, the Grim Adventures of the K&D was a really great crossover. And also in the end credits where it plays the K&D theme, posters for Cartoon Network crossovers are shown like Ed and Mandy, basically just Ed and Eddie, Billy and Mandy, Evil Camp Carne, basically just Evil Con Carne and Camp Laszlo. Then there's the class of number 3000, basically class of 3000 in KND. My gym partner's a Mandark, basically just my gym partner's a monkey. And then there's Dexter's Laboratory, and Samurai Mac, basically just Samurai Jack, and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Interesting crossover posters. Class of 2000 was obviously my favorite, not just because of the guy who wore number three's sweater. I think my favorite crossover poster at the end credits of K&D was probably like Ed and Mandy and Evil Camp Carne, because I honestly like the fact that Mandy was holding Plank and pretty much chasing Ed and Double E, and then basically just Hector Concarne taking over Laszlo. He's seen better days, and pretty much Clem just basically just cosplaying as Major Dr. Ghastly, and Ray's basically just taking on like the costume of General Scar. He looking angry. And Laszlo seen better days, and so did Ed and Double D. Pretty much all the characters seen better days in those posters. Or like the ones that are being chased by Mandy and with Plank, or just being controlled by an evil brain from that was an evil brain, or just an evil brain. And although I never really watched or heard of Camp Lazlo, but I've pretty much just like seen the K&D post credit scene featuring like the crossover with Camp Lazlo, Evil Con Carne and Camp Lazlo, and I also like especially the Ed and Mandy crossover poster, because my two favorite classic Cartoon Network shows, Ed and Nettie and Billy and Mandy, is all in one. I especially still love that cameo with the Eds, and the mention of Billy saying calling the K&D the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, most Cartoon Network shows look interesting to watch, but I'm pretty sure, like, Billy saying that, hey, you're not the Powerpuff Girls, like to the Sector V or whatever they're called. I'm pretty sure that was a callback to, like, when Billy, Grim, and Mandy became the Powerpuff Girls in the episode My Fair Mandy. Basically, where Mandy just broke reality after she smiled. At, yep. Although Mandy did smile during the Grim and Evil era of Billy and Mandy, but it didn't break the universe. But up until that episode of Billy and Mandy, that's where reality broke after Mandy's smile. Alright, it's called Sector V. I mean, I've probably seen it like on the wiki fandom, or probably just seen like people refer number one through number five to be Sector V. And also, I really like the mix up with the names of the creators of Billy and Mandy and Candy, like in the opening titles for The Grim Adventures of the Candy, like created by Mr. Adams and Maxwell Warburton. But I'm not even sure. But I don't know if that's the real first name of Mr. Warburton. It's just Maxwell Adams and Mr. Warburton. Pretty sure Maxwell Adams and Mr. Warburton were great friends, as well as C.H. Greenblatt, who created Chowder and Jellystone and voiced Fred Burger. Yeah, it is. I've been streaming for 2 hours. It's not that dead, but this is pretty much one of the better streams I've done since like the last other times I've streamed. Yes. Yeah, whether people love him or hate him, he's Fred Fredberger. And pretty much Fred Fredberger also appeared in the Jellystone crossover. Yes. I mean, it probably makes sense because the creator of Jellystone, C.H. Greenblatt, voices Fred Fredberger, and Fred Fredberger originally came from the Grim Adventures, and him being in the crossover makes sense because he was everywhere. Like ever since the Yes era of Cartoon Network in 2006. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. But I'm not sure if you saw it yet, but when I saw that Green Claw, I was all like, "Huh, who's that?" And then when I saw Fred Fredberger, I was all like, "Oh, it's just Fred Fredberger." And like I paused before Fred Fredberger would do anything or say anything, but I predicted that he would say yes, his iconic catchphrase, and I did, and I was right. I mean, it's predictable because Fred Fredberger says yes, but it's nice to see Fred Fredberger return after all these years. He was also one of the side characters in Billy and Mandy that appeared under Fist. He was like his own self in like the original Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Yeah, yeah. People would think that Fred Fredberger's annoying. I mean, technically, sort of, but I sometimes just think characters like him are funny. I mean, I understand why people hate characters like Fred Fredberger, but Fred Fredberger is also one of my favorite characters of Billy and Mandy. He's a really funny character, and he likes nachos. Yes, but I think I'll end the stream at 5. And also, where I'm at, when it becomes 5 o'clock, that's when Cartoon Network comes on. Because Adult Swim's on at the moment, basically. But like I'm in a different time zone area where Cartoon Network signs on at 5 a.m. when it usually just signs on at 6 p.m. 6 a.m. Funny how Mandy tortured number one with Fred Fredberger on the TV just again to say the truth. That was funny. And the fact that Fred Fredberger mentioned that those Cartoon Network shows like Camp Lazlo and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends Like he says he likes monkeys that go to camp and imaginary friends that live in a house, and then he also likes imaginary monkeys, which I don't even know what imaginary monkeys are. Not even sure if that's supposed to be like a reference to a Cartoon Network show I never heard of, or just like a combination of Camp Lazlo and Foster's Home. And pretty much Fred Fredberger sometimes just has got to go poo poo. Like, I have to go poo poo. I think that was just because of him eating nachos. I mean, classic Fred Fredberger. I thought it was a reference to KND because they have these plushies called Rainbow Monkeys. Ah, Rainbow Monkeys. There's also like there's a plush of like there's plush company like with cats featuring Sassy Cat, but there was like in the Grim Adventures of KND, there are characters from like Billy and Mandy and KND fighting over which one was better, like Rainbow Monkeys and Sassy Cat, and one of those characters was like basically just background characters from Billy and Mandy and KND, but the ones I could recognize were Mindy and Pandora. Well, not Dora the Explorer, but Pandora from like the episode of Billy and Mandy. Pandora's lunchbox was there for some reason, and then there was also Mindy, and then the Delightful Reapers just pops and all like assimilate, and then and and then the, they were all like assimilate. Wait a minute, wait, what? They were all like, what? Who said assimilate? And then the Delightful Reaper jump scares them, and then they were assimilated. And I'm pretty sure that was one of the only times that Mindy like ever spoke in the crossover. I mean, well, just like her voice was overlapped by like the other voices of the characters, but she was also voiced by the same voice actress as number 362, which was Rachel McFarlane, Seth MacFarlane's sister from like you know well, not wiped off the planet, but just assimilated. But as it's shown, like when characters were flying out of the Delightful Reaper, like for split seconds, you could see characters from various Cartoon Network shows, and then I could spot Mindy there. Mindy is also one of my favorite Billy and Mandy characters. She's also Mandy's rival, basically. But yeah, some characters just have the same voice actors or voice actor. And also, Rachel McFarlane, her birthday is like this month on March 21st. Yep. She also voices Haley from American Dad. I've seen a video called Mindy. Oh yeah, that was a video I saw. Like, basically just it, it's really nice. It's basically just moments featuring Mandy and Mindy's rivalry. Uh, Basically just, and I'm pretty sure the person who uploaded ships them, which is really nice. Yeah, there's pretty much like shipping, like even Billy and Mandy has shipping, like, and it's really nice. But yeah, pretty much I always like characters that, like are a rival to another character. Like, yeah, yeah, sometimes fandoms could get a little freaky, but some arts, like, ones I saw, like, it's like Billy and Mandy in a different art style or something. Those ones are really cool. Heck, I'm pretty sure even my own Billy and Mandy artworks are cool. Yeah, there should also be like a time skip revival something for Billy and Mandy with, you know, like how Maxwell Adams pitched a different Billy and Mandy revival show to Cartoon Network, basically just taking place in the future. Although there were some like future moments in Billy and Mandy, like where Mandy became like an evil ruler of the world, like just turning herself into a worm or whatever, ruling the world, like, and other times where Mandy is just normal. Kids won't, yeah, yeah. If kids don't know what Billy and Mandy are, then what was the point of having it on HBO Max if, oh right, people don't really have HBO Max most of the time. And besides, Billy and Mandy isn't on HBO Max right now. And plus, if people can, if kids can actually like watch, if people can like watch Billy and Mandy when it airs on TV or on a different streaming website or whatever, like the Internet Archive, maybe they'll see like the potential that Billy and Mandy's got. Hopefully, maybe it'll actually get a revival. But knowing the current state of Cartoon Network right now, I don't think it's likely. But so it may be up to the fans to just come up with their like Billy and Mandy revival thing, but I don't know. And I'm pretty sure I read a Tumblr post from Maxwell Adams. I don't really have Tumblr on the app, but I've probably seen it like on the website of Tumblr. But I'm pretty sure Maxwell Adams say if if you want to have your own takes on Billy and Mandy or whatever, it's really cool. Maxwell Adams is really chill. He's a really cool content creator. Well, not content, show creator. He does have a YouTube channel, but he doesn't really post on it. And he done a couple of live streams by which I missed. And I am really proud of his work and inspired. And I really like Maxwell Adams' work. I remember when HBO Max had a lot of Cartoon Network shows until they started wiping it off. I think that was because of the Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Yeah, pretty much the I'm yeah, I'm pretty sure the HBO Max had K&D at one point, but removed it. And the last shows of the classic Cartoon Network shows were removed were Ed and Eddie and Billy and Mandy. creators have most channels. Yeah, but sometimes they don't post there. But they do have other social media platforms like Twitter, which is known as X, but I'm still calling it Twitter, uh, Facebook, and Tumblr, like I just said. I'm pretty sure Maxwell Adams might still be active on Tumblr or whatever, but I really hope he's doing all right because he had to sell some things to like make his mortgage. But I don't really know much of it. But he had Maxwell Adams had to sell some things to make money to pay his rent or something. You know, and the fact that he was also fired from Cartoon Network because yeah, there was one point like where the, there was a person in Cartoon Network named Michael Owen. I'm not sure if you heard of him, but he but Maxwell Adams got fired, and Michael Owen called Billy and Mandy a hateful fart cartoon, and pretty much what the real hateful fart cartoon was just Teen Titans Go, except they still let that air. But I mean, Teen Titans. I mean, Billy and Mandy does have some gross out humor like boogers and other stuff, but I honestly don't really mind that much. I find most of it really funny, and yeah, and there's a lot of sound effects that Billy and Mandy is like sounds of monkeys screeching and just other things. Cartoon Network is really cruel. In the words of Mandy, it's cruel and unusual. But yeah, I agree. And pretty much Cartoon Network has less content than usual. Like original programming, it like original programming's gone, like Craig of the Creek or whatever. You can't go wrong with monkey screeching. Yep. You can't go wrong with any sound effect really, unless it's inappropriate sound effects. But eh, wow. Wow, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's a really long time. I said I was gonna end it at 5, but I just like talking. But you know how it feels like, when you're streaming and you feel like you're gonna end it at some point, but you just keep, you know that feeling. We were talking about multiple things at once. Yeah. It's really cool though. Like things to talk about are really cool. But should I end the stream or keep it going? Like, I mean, I know it's my choice, but it's 5 in the morning, and I'm pretty sure daylight saving is just on the horizon. I mean, it already just happened because the hour 2 o'clock is just gone. Hey, Sonic. Happy International Women's Day. You too, Sonic. I'm running out of things to say or talk about. Sort of almost me too. Although I just talk about things like Billy and Mandy. So, like, is your voice low? I'm pretty sure that's either because I'm trying to talk quiet or something, but yeah, pretty sure that's one of the reasons why my voice is low. Or maybe we all just, I, I heard you. I, um, I know. Sorry. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if you can hear me, but, uh, no, everything's okay. I'm pretty sure you might have your volume turned off. You might want to turn up your volume or something, or maybe I don't know. I do not know what's happening. I'm pretty sure I live in America, to be, and I mean North America, like the United States of America. But yeah, yep, yep. I still understand how Trump won the election. I guess some people saw Trump as like, yeah, a guy back seeing Mufasa in Central. Oh, that's nice. I hope you enjoyed Mufasa, and I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Sonic 3 came out like months ago, and I saw it on Paramount Plus. After I saw it in theaters months after, it was really good. Like it was peak cinema, absolute peak cinema. Obviously, no spoilers to those who haven't seen it yet, because they need to experience the peak before we explain the peak. The peak. But yeah, Sonic 3 was peak. I watched and watched 132. I saw it in a drive-in theater. It wasn't like a movie theater, but I had to stay in the car. I had to be in a car. It was nice. I have already watched it. Oh, that's nice. But that's also one of my favorite movies. Basically, like Cars or like Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure and the SpongeBob movies. Yep, my those are my favorite movies. Even though Billy and Mandy's movie was a TV movie. Yeah, in March of 2027, 2 years from then, I bet Sonic 4 is going to be even peaker than the peak that was Sonic 3. I'm sure it would be because Paramount be cooking. They're gonna cook just like they did with Sonic 3. Can't wait for Sonic 4 March of 19th of 2027. I can't wait either, but judging by the long wait, we're probably gonna have to. And I bet, like, with the Sonic 3 situation, where people were asking for the trailers for months, begging Paramount to release the trailer. I bet that's gonna happen again with the uh, with the Sonic 4 movie. Your favorite movie of all time is so old. Is it wrong to have high expectations? I don't know. Yeah, I remember. Good times. I don't think it's wrong to have high expectations, but I'm hoping it's just as good as the other three movies. But I'm not. But but I know. I think I know what Metal Sonic's gonna do, which isn't gonna help you, cause Sonic already knows what Metal's going to do. Strange, isn't it? Sonic OVA reference. I really hope Ben Schwartz Sonic says that in the movie. I'm hoping that's nice. Well, I don't really know for sure, but maybe they could probably bring back Jim Carrey as Robotnik. Although Jim Carrey Robotnik, basically, we all know what happened in Sonic 3. But we all know that Shadow survived. Thank goodness. But maybe there might be a slim chance that Eggman did too. What was your favorite part of Captain America New World, Brave New World? I want to get the number three plushie on my PSP so bad. I haven't watched it before. I haven't watched it either. Not really much into Marvel, maybe aside from like the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies, because I like Spider-Verse. I can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse. Don't know when that's coming out, but yeah, there's that. The Red Hulk design. I didn't, but I'm pretty sure it looks good. You know, but Sonic 3 had two Robotniks. It's like they're both It's like they're both two characters being played by the same character, but same actor in a movie. That's what they said. I really like the dynamic with Ivo and Gerald. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm probably feeling a little tired, but still probably keeping the stream up. Although I might have to sleep because sleep's important, like really important. Well, if anyone sleeps anyway, so yeah, sleep. Don't even know. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sorry for those who couldn't, who just joined. Like, I may have to end the stream to sleep or whatever. So yeah, here's my usual outro for the streams. Why is it already Sunday for me? I don't feel bad. It's already Sunday too for me. Oh, and you know how I said Carson Network signs on at 5 a.m.? It's past 5 a.m. and now Cartoon Network's on. Frog, did you know that the line that's now Sonic and Shadow and Knuckles, you were right about one thing. This ends now. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that video by Mason Parkinson, I think. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Mason. He's a really cool Sonic YouTuber. Yeah, but yeah, the line "This ends now" hits hard. Like you were right about one thing. This ends now. I don't know about you, but Keanu's shadow is perfect. Keanu Reeves, but there was actually foreshadowing of Keanu being in Sonic 3, shown in the first Sonic movie while Sonic was watching Speed. You were a national treasure. Pop quiz hotshot, a classic line. Anyway, wow, 2 hours and 35 minutes is insane, especially if someone hasn't streamed in a while or something. I, I know a grandson, a woman in the military. Oh, Ivo, you're no Maria. You're a colorful bunch. My fingers on the button. Push the button. I wrote, but I'm pretty sure the best thing. I'm pretty sure what a Sonic movie needs is Jim Carrey robotic dancing. We got that in the first Sonic movie, second Sonic movie, and the third one. Yeah, and also where I talked most of the time too. Yeah, shame that the others didn't join, like Sprig and Seraph. I mean, Sasha joined earlier, but I don't know where she went. But sadly, they didn't join. But Anne was streaming, and I felt like streaming. But I did say with the rule like where I don't stream because someone else is streaming, but I'm pretty sure I just stream anyway. Also, did you like the Live and Learn Sonic 3? Absolute Cinema? Hell yeah. That I love that. And I'm pretty sure that I love that line. Gotta go fast. Don't tell me you've got a catchphrase. That's right, New Hedgehog. And everyone loves it. Well, maybe if Robotnik returns for Sonic Movie 4 or something, they better have Jim Carrey Robotnik dance. And I almost predicted that the meow thing was going to be reused in Sonic 3, but there wasn't any meow thing. Like, where Sonic was all like, meow, like in the first two Sonic movies. But I'm not even sure if there was a place for it in Sonic 3, so there was just. But at least we got iconic Robotnik dancing and the dynamic between Team Knuckles, or I mean Sonic, or just Team. And also the credits theme for Sonic 3, where Jelly Roll is all like, run it. It's a great song. I could, it's a really good song to listen to. I hear a plane. Yeah, yeah. I pretty much hear planes everywhere. Pretty much planes fly above uh, all the time. Also, for all, do you remember the two music? Green Sonic 3 and Sonic Movie 2020. First one is Green Hills Good Future, and the second one is New Home. Yeah, they do sound similar. And the name for Green Hills Good Future, I feel like that was actually foreshadowing Sonic Movie 4 or referencing Sonic CD because, there's Good Future and Bad Future. At this point, you may be pulling an all nighter. I probably already have, but I'm probably going to end the stream anyway. Sorry to cut the fun facts short about Billy and Mandy or Sonic 3, but I'll have to do my outro. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure to like, comment below if you want to. Most people don't really comment on streams, but they comment on videos and community posts and stuff. Anyway, make sure, and also when you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video or stream or anything else. I love Running by Jelly Roll. Yeah, Sonic 3 was peak, especially with the neon lights. That actually became one of my favorite songs, along with Run It. And as well as the Sonic Adventure 2 line. Talk about low budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. And then wasn't my longest stream 7 hours? Oh yeah, it was. Hmm. I mean, I could try a longer stream, but I don't think it will be worth it because the sleep schedule and it might be dead in some points. But I think I'll just like end this stream and sleep if that's okay with y'all. If you're cool with me ending the stream, of course. I mean, it's my choice, but it's also anyone's choice, I guess. I'm not really sure. As Fredberger says, yes. right, that's the end of the stream. Thanks for joining. Wait. Fredburger is a really good character. Anyway, I'm ending the stream, so yeah. Have a good night, slash morning, slash afternoon, slash evening, slash night, slash anything, I guess. So yeah. Night. Bye.